they're back. They're back. The 60s are coming back. That's what I think. The 60s are coming back. And the reason why I say this is because this band called the Decemberists, they are coming back with a new album after 6 years of hiatus, I believe. And they just released a new song from their new album called Burial Ground. When I first heard this song, I thought it was a 60s song. I thought it was a song from the 60s. Turns out I was wrong. No. So this is a new song by the Decemberists, and they happen to have the lead singer. I believe they were either from the band The Shins, who sang New Slang, or The National, who would sing Sorrow. Sorrow or Tropical News. But I have it, so I want you to hear it for yourselves to think if, I don't know, hopefully you can hear. And it's kind of funny because when I first heard this song, I thought it said, meet at the merry-go-round, come back at the burial ground. Meet at the merry-go-round at the burial ground. Well, they do have a lyric that does say merry-go-round, which I have it right here. It goes, "Oh, Len, come down and meet at the burial ground. They undid the aerial, tore down the merry-go-round. This world's all wrong, so let's go where we belong. Pack up the stereo, meet at the burial." There's that song. And there was this other song that I said that I truly, truly feel that is another, sounds like a 60s song, but it's not. But it has that vibe like it was played at the 60s. And it's called Edge of the Edge by Panda Bear featuring Sonic Boom. It's forever at the push of a button, up to the edge of 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 the edge, to the edge of 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 the edge. I think the 60s are coming back, y'all. And the 60s were dark times, but they had good music, they had good shows, they had good movies. But if anything, they were probably a distraction away from the complex and reality of what was going on. Because last I heard, 1968 was the start of the Vietnam War, and 1969 was a rather violent year. And the 60s had their conflict, you had the civil rights movement, you had a lot of things going on, a lot of conflicts going on that time. Both in politics, economics, race, religion, there was some dark times, and people looked to movies and music as a coping mechanism, as a way to kind of escape from the reality, like we do now. We do the same thing with TV, video games, movies, music, we all do that stuff to kind of have an escape, even if it's just for a moment, we do that. But yeah, the 60 music, or at least the vibe when it comes to music, is coming back. Those are just two examples that I would say. Another thing I would also say is that's back are the frickin' paper wasps. They are not fun. I've never been stung by any hornet, wasp, bee. I don't plan to be stung. I don't want to be stung. I've never been stung. And I like to keep that streak up and going. And I don't know if I'm allergic because I've never been stung. I haven't been tested. The only things that I know that I am allergic to is kiwi. I can't have kiwi. The fruit kiwi, I can't have kiwi. But they're so sweet. They're like a nice sweet thing, but I can't have kiwi. Which is funny because I eat mangoes and I was told that the mangoes are part of the kiwi family. So that is very, very weird. But I have someone I know, they cannot eat almonds. But get this, they cannot eat raw almonds. So they have to eat cooked almonds, like honey roasted almonds. They can only eat them if they are cooked. They cannot eat them while raw. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. But yeah, paper wasps are back because they're now, spring is coming. Because it's weird because, winter, depending on where you guys are at, where I live, it was a bit of a, kind of like a spring kind of thing. And you had snowfall. And when you did have snowfall, you had a lot of snowfall. And then you had the big winds and things like that. So, they're coming back. I had an issue with them with my car. There was a nest in my car. Well, actually, not in my car. In my side view mirror. My side view mirror. My side view mirror. Can you believe that? So, I had them come out. I had them do an estimate. They couldn't do anything because there was not an active nest. So, because of an active nest, they can't do anything. But they went around my house and... honestly, yeah, we deal with paper wasps, but they come in to die. Why would you come in to die? And then we do have the ants, and yeah, we have the ladybugs. Well, I don't know if they are. They look like ladybugs, but they're not. They're apparently beetles that look like ladybugs. And that they're invasive species or something. I don't know. Occasionally we have earmites. Spiders, yeah, we'll have spiders. But there's two gentlemen that came to my house, and they were actually cool guys. They were actually very professional. They said that there's a huge possibility that they will not go back into my car because they will never go to the same areas twice. If they went in that area before, they're not going to go in that area again because they see an old nest. They go, that's because these are new ones, so they're like, they're probably occupied. We stay away. So, but just have to be mindful. They're coming out. If anything, it was probably hanging around my car because they like heat, which is true. They like heat. But go from there. Yeah. So that will work. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, if you gotta pay money to make something, prevent something from happening because it's a constant problem, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. But yeah. That's really all I can say. But, yep, that's what's going on. That's what happened, so just deal with it. Just bump it. Speaking of the 60s, I've been watching this show called Cursed Films on Shudder, which I learned a lot. But I don't think... the funny thing about me, I don't believe in coincidences because I believe that every action has a reaction. Any cause has an effect. Something has to happen for this result. That's just me. I don't believe in coincidences. Like, I never believed in it. Some people would say, like, for example, the movie Stalker, which is a movie that was made in 1978. And it was a Russian. And it was a stalker, like an escort, who would take people into the zone because they believed that the zone had a room. And in this room, you could have your desire or your wish come true. Apparently, some people were saying it was a mirror towards the Chernobyl meltdown because the scientists said that they found something in Bunker 4. And people mirrored that to Reactor 4, which had caused the meltdown to happen. No, I don't think so. It just happened. It has nothing to do with that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, ironic, but it has nothing to do with that. Um, what caused, right there, that's cause and effect. What caused that disaster to happen? Well, a reactor was not functioning properly. The people who were supposed to maintain control of that reactor failed to do so, were negligent, and because of that, it caused reactor 4 not to work properly. And therefore, because it didn't work properly, it then caused that whole disaster to happen. There you go. Those, I just gave you the causes. I gave you what happened, the causes of it, what was the result, and why it happened. There you go. I don't believe in coincidences. That's just me. Some people do. Cool. Great. I don't. I'm sure people have their reasons why they believe in coincidences. Me, I have my reasons why I don't believe in coincidences. But it doesn't hurt to find. I find it when people believe in coincidences interesting. And that I kind of find it because it's just like, why? Well, why do you believe it? Tell me why. I like to learn. That's me. I've always liked to learn, especially things like that. But yeah. Well, what else on that show was talking about Rosemary's Baby. That is a different thing. Honestly, I think it was just a lot of tragic things just happen to have that, happening to the people. I just think a lot of tragic things were happening with no relation of the movie whatsoever. That's me. Same thing with Poltergeist, What happened to those people had nothing to do with the movie, It was completely the exact opposite. It was unrelatable. But yeah, excuse me. That's just me. Or you guys like to learn, like, oh, what's this? What's that? Then go to Shudder. If anything, get the trial for Shudder and then watch it, see for yourselves. But me, I don't think so. I like I said, I think it's just nothing relatable to it. It's just something that happened, and people link it towards that because they think that was the cause of it. No. It wasn't. Just something completely unrelated. That's me. Again, that's me. But yeah, they're back. The 60s, at least in the 60s music, are back.